it's Marcia. How are you? I'm just going to show you some stuff from my library. I'm going to show you my bookshelves. I thought I would just kind of let you know the kind of books I read. So come into my little library. Okay, so here is my collection of Harry Potter. And then we have the Hardy Boys. And I want to show you the very first book that I read to my daughter when she was in my stomach. Yes, I did. I read this one out loud, and I just took my time and had a nice tone to my voice so she would hear it. And believe it or not, to this day she loves reading. She is a bookworm, and I think it's awesome. And she's just very intelligent. That is actually the first book of Hardy Boys. Why it's not over here, I guess I just didn't put them in order yet. There are my books that are series books, but I don't have the complete series, so I'm waiting to read them or to finish them. So say for instance, Alive was the first book in the series. I'm waiting for it to come out. The Wrath and the Dawn, I'm waiting for it to come out. I don't know if I'm going to finish. It's the series of the Splintered books. And then, of course, The Beastly Dreadfuls. I love that book. So fun. It's the first book. Can't wait till the second one comes out. And Shadowland, I believe this is like the third book or something. I don't know. I really need to get the series. Ugh, I don't know why I do that. I don't know. And this one's Forgiven. This one is The Demon Trappers. This one's Twist. The second book, I gotta get the first one, which is Loop. And then Hollowed, and I think this is like the third book or second book. I have to get the first book. So they're so pretty, aren't they? Love them. And I remember when I was reading Harry Potter, it's because I had watched the movies, and I watched them, gosh, years and years after they came out. I was just like, I don't know, never wanted to watch them, but then I watched them and I loved them. And the one that made me want to read the books was this one. Oh, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the one with the Slytherin and snakes. I didn't understand the Tom Riddle stuff, and I thought, well, you know what? I'm just gonna get the books because I'm sure it'll have more detail in there and I'll understand it more. And it really did help. They're so close to the movie, but it had a little bit more detail, so it helped, and I loved it. And this one lady, she saw me, I was in a play, and she's like, oh, you like Harry Potter? You might like Twilight. I'm like, what's that? She's like, well, it's about teenagers in high school and vampires. I'm like, teenagers in high school? I'm a little old for that, but I am reading Harry Potter. Anyway, so I thought, okay, I'll give it a go, and I loved it. Read the books, then the movies, loved it. Really liked the very first Twilight movie. I liked the direction and the scene, not the scenery, but the cinematography? You know how it's a little tinted bluish kind of? I like that. Tell me what you think. What is your favorite one? I know people make fun of it now, but I loved it. So I have those books too, right here. And I even got the Twilight Director's Notebook, which is the first director from the first movie. Yay. So that's that. And then we do have a whole slew of vampire books. I was in a vampire mode, guys. So I got Vampire Kisses, Vampireville, got all the books in the Vampire Kisses series. I did not get the last one yet. I really need to get it. Read Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, Last Sacrifice. That was an awesome, awesome book. And I read another vampire book from a girlfriend, but I don't remember what it was. It was like a romance novel. It was funny. But anyway, then there's these. The Morganville Vampires, Volume 1 and 2. I don't have the third one. I don't even know how many books are in there, but I haven't read those, actually. I'm not even going in order. I'm sorry. So then we have the Night World thingies, Secret Vampire, all that stuff. And, of course, Dark Visions. That is a very good book. Love that book. Victoria Holt, yeah, very old book. Love this book. Love Victoria Holt. She's nothing like fantasy. She's more romance and adventure and castles and faraway places. And there's my little Princess Leia and R2-D2. The Sweep series. Never read them, but I will read them. We have PC Cast, Divine by Mistake, Divine by Choice, Divine by Blood. We have the La Vida Vampire and The Last Vampire Standing. PC Cast, we have Chosen, Marked, Untamed, Betrayed. Oh yeah, Marked and Betrayed. Those are the ones my daughter had, but I don't think I've read them. Angels and Betrayals. We have The Mermaid's Mirror. And then we have more Hardy Boy books down here. Vampires ever since I was in school, like 6th grade. And this is cool. This is a vampire book. All that vampires, like all the ones that were ever made. Very, very cool book. Ugh, big old thing. And then Fairy Folk, The Witch's Guide to Fairy Folk. It's an interesting book. Haven't really went through it. It was more my daughter wanted it, but it's in my library. And Wicked, really did not like this book, could not get into it, didn't finish it. It's a series, I believe. This one is pretty cool, The Den of Shadows. And how come I'm not remembering what it's about, I'm not sure. This one, okay, if anyone is in love with the story of Dracula, or in love with the weird idea of having a Dracula love you, and be in love with you and whatnot, you'll love this book. It's Dracula in Love, and it's really, really cool. Like that book. It's by Karen Essex, so get that if you like that kind of stuff. And this one, I do want to start this Chronicles of Nick. I have those books, just some. There's tons of them at Barnes & Noble, but I haven't even read the first book, so I don't know. And I have my cute little Goosebumps. I had bought that for my daughter a long time ago. Way a long time ago. When she was in 2nd grade. Hello. And I read them. And I'll show you the other bookshelf. I forgot to show you my little cool thing here. I have some sage, and I found these dolls. I'm not quite sure what they are, but I'll show you them in a minute. Then I have this really cool crystal thing. I don't know where I got that. And then I have these cool little wishing stones or something. Wisdom, peace, and courage, and then a whole bunch of little rocks. But I found these dolls. I'm not quite sure what they are. Let me show you what they are. Have you ever seen these? And no, I'm not doing voodoo. But what are these? They're like little dolls, and it's like a little family. And I'm gonna have to ask Tanner because I think they're his. They might have gotten them when they went on their travels. I don't know what they are, but I think they're kind of freaky. But anyway, I'll put them in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Tanner what these are. Maybe he knows. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to have that in here, along with my little cute sandals from Hawaii. Aren't those cute? They're sandal candles. Cool. Yeah, my Star Wars. Oculus for Paris.